Right, I've just done something. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not even going to allude to it. But let's just say this. I will use it because this school had better take, my complaint seriously, because, well, anyway, what I've just done, it's in relation to that. It's truly horrific, how how all of this can be normalised. But God, I've even forgotten what I was going to say. Blimey. Oh, see, you've got to be so careful. You've got to be so careful because this is what the stress is doing. Can you imagine though if I had, the police are deliberately ignoring this, and then if I was to lash out, but the reputation of Ratton School is already besmirched because, as I said, and this is why I'm being careful about what I say, because I'm not going to say what I've just done, but a teacher was jailed, a paedophile teacher was jailed for raping a student in 2016, and now another teacher is abusing me in my own home, and the evidence is on YouTube, and I'm going to use that evidence because, as I said, and any parent who's proud of a daughter who calls someone an effing bitch and then calls their partner a C word, he's someone that I want to just steer clear of. Yeah? They too should be nowhere near children if they're proud of their daughter, the way that Dion said her mother is proud of her. So, yeah, it says a lot about the parent, actually. If they're proud of them, that is. I mean, my eldest sister called my mother an effing bitch. My mother had to call the police on my sister when she was 16, because she lashed out at my mother and my middle sister because she was abused by my father. And it's just very sad because he had mental health issues, and I am the glue in all of this. And this is why I'm having to parent these very damaged people. For the best part of today, I've had she was all right in the morning. I sound like a parent, don't I? She was all right in the morning, and then when she didn't get her own way, she turned the music right up. She sounds like a delinquent, doesn't she? Yes. This is a school teacher. You'd think that I was talking about a damaged child that's been put in a special home. The way she was talking to me, she was trying to provoke a reaction. This is not normal behaviour. How did someone like that get into the position of teaching students in a school? And this is what I'm going to find out, one way or another. See, this is why I don't have children. I am parenting people that are old enough to be my grandparents sometimes. And it's funny though, I kind of did that with my beautiful grandmother, bless her. She was a very loving grandmother, but they become like children when they get older sometimes. And she was a teacher who lived through 2 world wars. Well, that's what the St. George's Day celebrations are all about. Yeah. People are being called racist because they're trying to save this country, and she was one of them in an unprovoked attack. She slandered me. She called me racist. I don't know how many times she used the F word. Unprovoked attack on me and my partner. He got you in here illegally. You haven't seen his parents for 8 years. Obviously, she's watching my YouTube channel and behaving like some demented troll. But there are a lot of damaged people out there. And, you know, I feel like I might as well be up in London on the tube or something and being attacked by delinquents, you know? Just, God, I don't feel safe in my own home. Now, this is the second time she's grabbed the window from me, so there's definitely things that have happened here before. The lady in room 2, who was very nervous. Why can't she still be here? Me and that Ellie should be in the same house, I think, maybe. Well, someone of that demeanour anyway. But anyways, as I said, I've got to be careful about what I say now. Paramedics tried to ring me earlier. I'm not interested. If I'm suicidal, it's because the police have hung up on me. They're the ones that are not coming out. As you heard in the last police phone call video, well, the one before the last one where 999 rang me back on another number. The call handler at the end of that first video today was gaslighting me and saying, because you've rung so many times, we're not going to get the neighbourhood policing team out to you. So they're just full of BS. But the number of times that I left voice messages for this Simon... But, you know, as I said, I get my comfort from knowing, dare I say, that there are all kinds of heinous crimes that have been committed against us, the people in this country. So it's very important that I do join protesters next week up in London. No excuses. I got to get my arse up there. I'll take my panic alarm like I do everywhere. And regardless of knife crime, I'd rather die speaking the truth. Do you know what I mean? I will be glad knowing I've got it out there over a microphone. Do you know what I mean? So that more people, because not enough people, I can't believe that 1.7 thousand people watched actually more than one video. It was PC Turner coming out when this demented teacher, school teacher, got a police officer out to say she doesn't want to write you a note, because I'd already caught her out at this point. She didn't realise that I'd recorded her, and she obviously panicked. And that was around the time when she knocked on my door with a towel wrapped around her. If you don't want to be filmed, she's so crazy that she doesn't even realise what she's saying. Just play back that video where she's attacking me and my partner. Yes, she's saying she did call my partner a C word, then she's saying she didn't. But I do believe she may be under the influence of illegal substances as well, which would make sense why she's tried to get the landlady to illegally evict me, which is on YouTube. And of course the landlady just tells me to sue her, which is on YouTube. It makes sense now why she said when I first moved in here, oh, do you and your partner smoke? Because I found some funny fags outside. And I don't know about drugs because I've had a sheltered life. Me and my partner can't stand cigarettes. And it's like, that's a weird thing to say. That's just a very weird thing to say. Oh, because I found funny fag butts outside. So, but when I recorded her, so the whole time, when she said to me that she told the landlady she didn't have a problem with me, she didn't realise I'd recorded it. But the thing is, this phone doesn't pick up sound. And I think she panicked, which is why she then knocked on my door and said, "Don't you film me? Don't you do this? Don't you do that?" And then she called the police. And even the bent landlady thought it was odd that a police officer would come out just to say she doesn't want to write you a note. And this is a school teacher. That's why that video got 1.7 thousand views. You see what I mean? They expose themselves very quickly. You don't have to do much. And boom. So so the best part of today, I've been parenting the police and a school teacher who are all just, well, I've seen videos on YouTube that would really make you, oh, if it won't make you cringe, it's just endless. There's so much out there that I even had, as I said, a nightmare about it. But what has been done to me is truly horrific, and several times over 8 years. They tried to, they assaulted me and tried to get me in prison. And, that's why the legal ombudsman tried to get me compensation from the corrupt law firm. But I was too exhausted. And now I've got another case with the legal ombudsman, because the only reason why I'm here is because of the legal aid law firm. Yeah, and they know about my YouTube channel, but I'm not going to mention them because, so they, but I've got to, I've let my vulnerable champion representative know about this school teacher, because if she should be sacked if not disciplined. This is what I mean, folks. You can't just sit back and wait for the next person to deal with it. Because what if she went on to abuse another vulnerable person, and that person went on to take their own life, or God forbid, you've got to stop this. Yeah, I mean, the landlady even said her son was in tears. Her son was in tears because he's under the thumb. He was in tears when he turned up here, which is why I pointed it out. And on that note, I have got to upload the video proving a lie on the Form 3. It's called a Form 3. I told the landlady what she should be doing by law after she attempted to illegally evict me. And I can prove a lie on that form. But as I said, I've got to be careful what I say, because they've gaslit me so much that I'm going to withhold information, because I don't I've learned a few things since going through all this sort of malarkey, and it's best to withhold, expose obviously Ephesians 5:11, but at the same time I've got to have self-preservation. I've got to protect myself. I'm a vulnerable adult, You've got to be very careful when you're dealing with the devil. But my partner's been asleep today, so I couldn't. I was going to say something else. I forgot what I was going to say. I'll put it in the description if I remember what else I was going to say. No, I forgot. No, there was always something I wanted to say, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. If it's enough to cause you so much distress, so much illness when you're already ill. I mean, even I downplay. I constantly downplay. But that's obviously the social engineering of the British stiff upper lip, isn't it? Downplaying everything, downplaying the crimes against humanity. They are trying to, across Europe, they are trying to, and it's a fact because David Curtin said this, it's trying to get rid of the indigenous people. I'm sick of parenting all these demented individuals. I've missed out on being a mother, and people said, you know, being a mother would be the making of you. I'm exhausted at parenting people old enough sometimes, as I said, to be my grandparents. I mean, I'm shattered. I'm just trying to... You just can't get anyone to do anything anymore. But you have... I'm just telling you, don't leave it and for the next person to deal with. If you come across a situation like this, act. I've just sent an email when I don't have any energy because I forced myself. You've got to get off your arse and force yourself. Even if you don't feel like doing it, do it. You could save someone else's life. You're doing this not just for your children, your children's children, the next generation. You're not just doing this for yourself. Remember that. Remember that. Shalom Yahweh.